Creating a compelling product description. In this lesson, you're going to discover what you need to include in your product description and also how to format it. And we'll also take a look at the back-end keywords. So your description. The product description is the last text element you control that your customers will actually see. This does not mean it is not important. Far from it. By the time someone gets to the product description, they're looking for confirmation. In other words, they've scrolled past your title, your images, your bullet points, and got down all the way to the product description. So they're really itching to buy at that point. They just want to make sure first. A great product description. So the opening sentence of the description should summarize benefits listed in your bullets. And this is because it's the first thing they see, and especially if they're looking at your listing on mobile. In other words, they're using a smartphone to look at Amazon. Now moving on, the rest of the copy in your description needs to reassure them that this product is exactly the product they are looking for. And it should recap the benefits of the product features, which basically means you can use your bullets again and you can rewrite them. Remember, as you are going to see, you've got a lot more space in your description, and it needs to remove the risk and ask for the sale. And you need to use as many of your keywords as possible. So some product description principles. You need to make sure it is properly formatted and easily readable, and it is written in clear, conversational yet professional English. And it lets the buyer know that this product will deliver on its promise. And it also lets the buyer know there is no risk in giving the product a try. And you're going to ask for the sale and tell the buyer what to do next. Formatting. This is incredibly important. You can use limited HTML in the product description. And in fact, we're just going to show you 3 HTML tags to use and no more. So if you see this example here, we want to bold the word text. So we have open and closed tags with the letter B in it. And don't worry, I will show you examples of this a little later. But this bolds the text in between the tags. Then you have the same with a paragraph. To create a paragraph, you want the open paragraph tag, then the text that you want in that paragraph, and then at the end of the paragraph, you add the closed paragraph tag, and then create a new line. It's basically the open HTML tag with BR in it, the text you want on a separate line, and then the closed tag. And again, we're going to be showing you examples of this, but it really is straightforward. Now, I will show you a free site to create this, but it is very simple to use and you only have to worry about 3 tags. So getting it right, use as much of the 2000 character limit as you need, but do not add text for no reason. Remember relevance. And use as many of your keywords as you can. Use all your product benefits and features. You have a lot more space. And remove risk, just like we did with the bullet points. Now, your back-end search terms. These are not visible to the public, but are important. The back-end search terms or keywords are very important, and they can only contain 250 characters total. This does not include spaces. They should not have any separators like commas or periods. And make sure you start this with your main keyword phrase. Once you've added your main keyword phrase, you want to try and add keywords you are unable to include in your title, bullets, and description. And don't worry if you don't use the 250 characters. Once you've launched and you start seeing more keywords and how everything works, you are probably going to find more words that you want to put in the back end anyway. So let's go take a look at some examples on Amazon of good and bad product descriptions, and then we'll take a look at how you do the formatting. Okay, so here's our first example. And hopefully you can see it's a bad example. They really don't say much, and it's all in basically one block of text here, and then they've got the item specifications. And they've actually gone to the trouble of bolding that, which is a good thing. But you can use specifications, that's no problem at all. But it's this block of text here. Do you love tacos? Get frustrated, all of your ingredients spill out and leave a mess on your plate. So, it's good, but that's it. There's like one sentence, and they put it in one long line, and we will be showing you how to get around that. So this is not a very good example. This one's getting a little bit better, but their main message right here, which is the thing that attracts them, they haven't even bolded it. They just left it, and then they've done a bold here, and they've got information that doesn't really matter. They've got a bunch of features, which is fine, but they're not covering benefits enough. And even if this text was okay, they could split it up better and explain it better. But again, you can see they've got the product dimensions. So that is something you should add to your description too if you have space. Now this one's much better in terms of formatting. You can see it's much easier to read. They've broken up paragraphs. They've got bolding for titles. And again, they've used their specifications. Now, they haven't done too bad a job in talking about benefits. But the one thing they're missing is they're missing that first line, the most impactful line of telling the customer why they should buy the product. And I'm actually going to use this as an example when we do the formatting so you can see exactly how they did it. Now, this next example, this is something called enhanced brand content. And to get this, you need to have brand registry. And we're going to be talking about how you get brand registry and also how you use enhanced brand content in a later module, because it's not something you can get straight away. So you've seen what's good and bad. And so hopefully now you see what you need to be doing. Now, in this case, I'm not going to go and through the process of writing an entire description because it is so open-ended, because you have so much space, and also because all products are so different. It makes it very difficult to show you how you should write your description for your product. Just remember all the things you want to put in there. You want to have an impactful first line. You want to include all the benefits of your product from your review research. If there are any aspects in there that you couldn't cover in your bullets, cover them in your description. You've got plenty of room to do that. And we're going to include the same risk reversal that we used in the bullet points. And we're even going to tell them what to do to go and buy it. But I will use this as an example for the formatting, and then I'll add those so you can actually see those. To show you this, I'm actually going to use a site called wordcharactercount.com. And the only reason I'm using that is you should never write your description in Word and then use the HTML editor, because Word has some crazy formatting which just messes everything up. So you can use just any normal text editor. But for me to be able to show it to you, the best way is for me to use this site. And you can use this site if you want. It's absolutely free. So here's the site. It's wordcharactercount.com. And I've already pasted in our text. And you see here there's absolutely no formatting. So first of all, we want a better title than this one. Okay, so I've added our new title, and I've just put our stainless steel taco holders are restaurant grade and have rounded edges to protect against cuts. Fit perfectly on any regular plate and are oven safe and dishwasher safe. The last taco holders you will ever need. Now, you should do a better job of that. I just literally wrote that in a couple of seconds. But just want to show you a couple more things before we actually go straight to Wordsmith, where we can speed this whole process up. So I'm okay with this. I'm not really bothered. We've got the titles there. Okay. I'm okay with all this. But this is the interesting bit. Now, Wordsmith right now is going to help us put all this formatting in. But there is a bug with it right now, which is being worked on to fix, because it won't let you import lines and it won't format it. However, I'm going to show you how you can do this. And it's a modification on the HTML code I've already given you. But before we do that, I just put in at the end, the last taco holders you will ever have to buy, exclamation mark. We are so confident of the quality of our premium quality. Yeah, I don't know why I've repeated quality there. I did it in the bullet point too. I'm just going to make that premium taco holder. The quality of our premium taco holder that we offer a lifetime guarantee, lifetime manufacturer guarantee, remember. If you are unhappy in any way, we'll replace them. So these are the last ones you'll ever buy. And then I've just added, just scroll up and click on add to cart and see for yourself. You don't have to add this bit. It's basically telling them exactly what to do. Now, most people who shop on Amazon know exactly what to do. But just saying this actually does help. We have tested this, and in a lot of cases, it does increase conversion. But I'm going to copy this whole thing, and then we're going to go to Wordsmith. And remember, there is going to be an error right here, but I am going to fix it. Before we go anywhere, I'm just going to open another word character count, because I'm going to need that for the HTML source that you're going to see in a minute. So we're back at Wordsmith. I haven't bothered loading the keywords because I just want to show you how the description works. So I'm going to click inside the box, and then you see there's a source button here. So if we paste in exactly how we want our text to be, so I pasted it in, I'm going to make this entire first line bolded by clicking on the B for bold. I'm not going to add anything there, but we're going to bold the subtitle. And I've actually added there, you can see to theirs, and even worse, cutting themselves. But I want to show you that you can bold in the middle. So let's just put less messy. We'll bold that. Then we're going to bold this line here. And then we'll leave all this and we'll bold the specifications. Now, if you've got something important in any of your paragraphs that you want to bold, then feel free, go ahead and do so. But here is where our error is. You see that we've imported there was 4 or was it 5 lines, and it's basically just put them all into one. And for some reason, even if you go into source and try and fix it, it still doesn't work. But I'm going to show you how to get around it. But lastly, I want to bold this, the last taco holders you ever have to buy. And that'll do for now. So I've got this looking exactly how I want. And then all I'm going to do is click on source. And this is now formatted correctly for Amazon, except for the break lines. But we can fix that. And we need to fix it outside of Wordsmith. By the time you get around to using this, it will be fine and it will format perfectly line breaks. But I'm going to show you. So I've copied it all. I'm going to go back to word character count. I'm going to paste it in. And this is the bit we want to fix. So I'm going to paste the fix right underneath so you can see it, one on top of the other. So this was our original. Obviously, it's no good. But this is what you need to do. If you want to add lines, one underneath the other, you need to put the open paragraph tag in front of the first line, nothing at the end. Then the open BR tag in front of all the remaining lines with no closing tag after any of them. And then right at the end, you want to add closing paragraph tag. So I'm going to delete this now because we no longer need it. I'm going to select all, copy. We're going to go back to Wordsmith. And in the source box, I'm going to replace what we had with the new one we've got. And then I'm going to click OK. Hopefully this should have formatted it correctly. And there you go, it has. So we're all good. So we know that that HTML that we've got here in the source, if I open it again, we need to select all of this, copy it, put it somewhere. Because we don't want to put it in a Word document, remember, because the Word document messes it up. Now you can put it in a normal text file, that's no problem. But one thing that jumps out that I've only just noticed, it's 2080 characters. So we have to get rid of 80 characters. So I'm actually going to get rid of this entire thing here. Obviously, if this was for real, I would take my time more. And the bugs reappeared. Look, it's appeared right here. So I'm just going to open the source and then we'll go back to where I had it. And the bit we were removing is the one above specification. So I'm going to select all that. Now we're good. So I'm going to select all, copy it all again. Go to Wordsmith. This does seem like a lot of palaver, but it's actually quicker than actually trying to do all the tags yourself. And then click OK. And there we go. We've got 1785 characters, so we're good. So we copy this. So I'm going to copy this, keep it somewhere safe, and then we'll use it when we create our entire listing. So that's essentially it. In a couple of lessons' time, when we add all of our information to our listing, obviously we'll be able to check to see if this worked okay. But once again, any issues you have with creating this description in terms of formatting, then post in the community and one of our HTML experts will jump in and give you a hand. So we covered how to create your product description and also how we'll be creating the backend search terms. And we'll look at that more in the lesson where we complete the listing. But in the next lesson, you will discover how to create product images that attract and convert. Your action steps, create your product description, and your backend search terms. If you're still not sure about the backend search terms, don't worry, we will be covering that again in a later lesson. But that's it for this lesson. Take care.